I mean, competitive sparring matching. So we had to stop sparring because we got too heated in the sparring match. So Dan pulled us out. Yeah, he got the better of me. He outboxed me. He got the better of me. He did his thing that day, but not to me.
Him either. You know, I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, you know, and how he was acting. Being that, you know, me, I'm a real individual. I just felt like, you know, we was all cool at one.
Terence Crawford has responded to Floyd Mayweather after the boxing great released their sparring session to make fun of the freeweight undisputed champion and show his skeptics that Crawford isn't superior to him. It's not good, sweetie. There you have it. 31. He is a beast. Baby, he's a beast. Floyd Mayweather has been attempting to discredit Terence Crawford ever since he defeated Canelo. After calling Crawford out without success, he chose to share a little clip of their sparring session on social media in which he was having the better of Crawford because boxing enthusiasts started saying that Crawford was a better fighter than him. He did, however, remove the video shortly after.
Mentioned and talked about and, you know, signed, you know, I just felt like he just did a lot of fake stuff and said a lot of stuff that, you know, a person that you claim that you cool with, you would never say. So that was my big issue with him. You know, I just know, you know, character take you a long way, and I just don't agree with it.
Nevertheless, Crawford saw it and continued to comment despite this. Message for Floyd. Crawford replied, "This man's such a hater." The entire clip wasn't even that. I repeatedly called him. I have no idea why he is acting shadily.
Using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his
discussed, brought up, and signed. I thought he said a lot of things that you would never say to someone you say you get along with. And he did a lot of false things. That, then, was my main grievance with him. I simply don't agree with the character, even though I know that character gets you a long way.
All right, Jeff Zimmerman here with the champ, Tim Desert Storm Bradley, 2-division world champ, and oh, by the way, a Hall of Famer. Man, Tim, I want to call you the most outspoken man in boxing. And I mean that affectionately. I gave Keith Thurman.
Since fans started praising Crawford as a GOAT after he defeated Canelo, Floyd Mayweather has been attempting to fight Crawford. Floyd was not pleased with this, particularly since Crawford is currently undefeated in 3 weight classes, whereas Floyd was never undisputed. Crawford, meanwhile, has hardly given Floyd any thought, asserting that fighting Floyd would merely provide him with quick cash.
Who do you think's better out of those two? Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather
mostly made the outrageous claim in an interview with Fight Hub TV that he thinks Bud Crawford is truly superior to Mayweather, but he did commend his previous opponent, whom he claims was extremely gifted. Crawford is larger, better, and seems to be moving up in weight class, in my opinion. Crawford is a superior all-around fighter, in my opinion, but Mayweather is also really excellent. He cannot be knocked down as well. He has a lot of talent. Although it would have been a difficult bout, I believe Crawford would have prevailed over Mayweather because of his size and long arms. Which of those two do you think is superior?
If you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
This statement is especially significant because it was made by someone who lost to both Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. Canelo's readiness to make such a daring assertion right after losing demonstrates either exceptional sportsmanship or sincere faith in Crawford's superiority. The boxing community was immediately rocked by the Mexican superstar's remarks. While some defended Mayweather's flawless record and stellar credentials, others cited Crawford's readiness to compete at a higher level and move up several weight classes. According to Terence Crawford, Alvarez has sparred with both him and Mayweather. That's what he said. Crawford's personal experience made him superior. He said this while speaking on the Ariel Helwani show. We were both in the ring with Canelo. Regardless of what others claim, he has actually been in the ring with both of us.
You know, how did that feel to hear that from someone like him?
I just was like, well, you know, it's his personal opinion. He was in the ring with both of us. So a lot of people, you know, they can say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. You know, one where he felt like he was at the best.
As well by just pivoting, you know, on the angle and, you know, making Canelo reach. There were spots in the fly at the ring that I saw Crawford, you know, try.
Since this is a subjective opinion, the discussion will ultimately continue. The goal is for both of these fighters to remain unbeaten, at least for the time being. In Crawford's case, they were seasoned champions in multiple weight classes and will be remembered as two of the best American boxers in the history of the sport. During an interview with Fight Hub TV, McIntyre made it apparent that he believes Crawford to be the best of all time while sporting a cap that red gat. The trainer claims that Bud's success is not just his own, but that of an entire group that has enabled him to rule 3 divisions more than anyone else in the modern era. He gave a direct reaction when questioned about Canelo's assertion. Terence, who? He is, of course. He's obviously better.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd?
I don't know. I thought you'd hesitate maybe even a bit, but no.
Bulak sees no subtlety in the conversation. What Mayweather stood for in the ring has already been eclipsed by Crawford. Crawford stays calmer despite the ongoing argument. He steered clear of the historic matchup after defeating Alvarez on the scorecards. Floyd was the best in his day. I am my finest self. We don't have to evaluate ourselves against others. Although his comment shows respect for Mayweather, it does not stop analysts and fans from escalating the dispute.
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter.
This new storyline is supported by the fact that Crawford overcame a far more seasoned version of the Mexican in 2013, while Mayweather defeated a youthful Canelo in 2013. Stephen A. Smith distinguishes between Mayweather and Crawford. Sports expert Stephen A. Smith's voice brought a crucial nuance to the discussion. Crawford, in his opinion, is outstanding because he not only outboxed Canelo technically but also exchanged blows, resisted pressure, and emerged victorious. Smith, however, made a clear distinction with Mayweather. Floyd was a magician of defense. It would be difficult to strike him.
Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely technician. I mean,
that the analyst claims is a key distinction. Mayweather established his reputation on a virtually impenetrable defense, whilst Crawford displayed toughness and reactivity. It appears that boxing is divided. While some contend that Floyd's offensive prowess is unmatched, others think Crawford has already overtaken Mayweather. Both define a distinct age and improve the sport with distinctive flair. That much is clear. With Canelo's admission and Bomax's remarks, the Crawford versus Mayweather discussion is only getting started and is sure to generate news for some time to come. Unquestionably, Bud has already merited his spot among the great boxing immortals.
Crawford against Mayweather, right? How do you think a fight between both of them turn out?
If Mayweather gets hit with Crawford like I hit him and rocked, it might not end well for Mayweather. They might be over it. But Mayweather could outbox Crawford, I think, because Crawford has the mindset that I'm trying to knock you out, and Mayweather knows how to play to that I'm trying to knock you out type of thing, because he's used to people coming at him trying to hit him hard all the time.
But how Mayweather and Crawford amassed their respective undefeated records is a topic of intriguing discussion. And in a piece on Ring Magazine's Inside the Ring broadcast on September 10th, active boxer Ryan Garcia made similar claim.
you know, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't go off of that. You know, Floyd is the best fighter, you know, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter.
Despite being at the peak of his abilities, he never clashed with Crawford. Bradley is playing the what-if game now that Mayweather is contentedly retired. Bradley went on to opine that Crawford would have won their hypothetical fight, even though we'll never be able to know exactly how things would have turned out. Bradley went on, "It's nothing against Floyd. One of my all-time favorite fighters is Floyd. He's an amazing combatant. Although he would be Crawford's most formidable foe, I believe he would have enough to defeat Floyd. Crawford would prevail in a close contest."
Change the game like Floyd Mayweather.
He mastered the art of knowing when to fight somebody and when not to fight somebody. I mean, that he's the best in that game. He's the best in, you know, making money and making all the, you know, the huge fights happen. But why? Because he was timing every single one of them. He never fought nobody really in their prime. He always
After junior lightweight. Junior lightweight.
He changed the game in the worst way possible. You're right. Everybody's trying to protect their own.
Bradley has been praising Crawford for a long time. As he hinted, his incessant need to hold Crawford up and put him on a pedestal was officially confirmed a few days ago. When Terence Crawford faced Canelo Alvarez last weekend at Allegiant Stadium, he was the underdog, but he converted the fight into a landslide triumph, winning all 4 major world belts by unanimous decision at 168 pounds. Many people think that the Omaha, Nebraska native is the world's best boxer in terms of strength since he was practically perfect. That honor used to belong to Mayweather.
A lot of the stuff that Canelo was doing, and you know, that I would say this, that work from Boots helped in that aspect because Canelo was reacting to a lot of the counters that Crawford was throwing. Usually in the past, you know, Canelo would stand right there. He would lunge and he would stay in place, keep his feet in place. However,
since fans started praising Crawford as a GOAT after he defeated Canelo, Floyd Mayweather has been attempting to fight Crawford. Floyd was not pleased with this, particularly since Crawford is currently undefeated in 3 weight classes, whereas Floyd was never undisputed. Crawford, meanwhile, has hardly given Floyd any thought, asserting that fighting Floyd would merely provide him with quick cash.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight.
Nevertheless, Crawford saw it and continued to comment despite this. Message for Floyd, Crawford replied, "This man's such a hater." The entire clip wasn't even that. I repeatedly called him. I have no idea why he is acting shadily.
Then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with every...
It's not good, sweetie. There you have it. 31. He is a beast. Baby, he's a beast. Floyd Mayweather has been attempting to discredit Terence Crawford ever since he defeated Canelo. After calling Crawford out without success, he chose to share a little clip of their sparring session on social media in which he was having the better of Crawford because boxing enthusiasts started saying that Crawford was a better fighter than him. He did, however, remove the video shortly after.
A lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
yes,
fight.
Yes, sir. I love you, Terence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah.
Both of them have stayed optimistic about their future. Mayweather is scheduled to make a comeback to the ring next year in an exhibition matchup with former undisputed heavyweight champion Mike Tyson, despite the fact that Saudi Arabian boxing chief Turki Permits met with Alvarez following his defeat to Crawford and confirmed that the 35-year-old would honor the 2 fights he has left with Riyadh season. And that's it for the time being. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on the latest news, events, moments, and activities in the boxing world. Additionally, remember to enable notifications so you may be informed when we release high-quality content like this. Peace out until the next time.